You want to make a difference to impact your community and the world. So don't just sit there. Do something about it. Take the next step at Evangel University. Whether in the classroom or serving in the local community, you'll grow in your calling while learning how to make a positive impact. Visit evangel.edu to see what opportunities are waiting for you. At Evangel, we're more than a university. We're a family. Apply now and start the journey to your calling today.
At the Assemblies of God Credit Union, we do things a little differently. Since 1951, we have been your home for banking, but we are so much more. Our faith is a driving force for all that we do.
They give 10% of their earnings annually to humanitarian needs, to scholarships, to ministries.
They treated us like we were family. I remember emailing our loan officer at like 10 o'clock at night, and he responded within 15 minutes.
Visit our website today to learn how membership changes the world.
Back here at the Ashcroft Center as we get set to start this second half. The Evangel Crusaders with the basketball, trailing by 7 as we get started here in half number 2. Nate Davis, Cade Kaufman can come back in. He had 2 early first half fouls. Antonov backing down the defender, gets the roll, and Pav Antonov, who had a great first half, now moves into double figures with that basket, and they're going to need to get him more involved than he was down there towards the end. In the corner, hard drive, floater, partially blocked there by Clark Brewington. Kept alive, outside a 3 from Colley. No, tipped up and in by Kendrick Robinson. And again, rebounding continues to plague the Crusaders. Davis, catch and shoot 3, and he nails it. Nate Davis now with double figures, and he's the 3rd Crusader to reach that plateau this afternoon. Hard drive into the lane, yes, and a foul. And the Crusaders unable to move their feet and get in front of Colley, and instead forced to use their bodies and get called with the foul. So the foul is going to go against Antonov, just his second. And the free throw from Colley is good. Devin Colley, 17 points. Lead is back to 7 as the Crusaders go back to work. They're not going to give Brewington any open room here in this second half. Antonov, drive, kicks it out, but he stepped on the end line. So Antonov unable to stay in bounds on the pass back up top. Trying to drive with it. And Kendrick Robinson, another great move, and able to finish yet again. And the Crusaders just don't seem to have an answer for Peru State's offense anymore. As Peru State has scored on each of their first offensive possessions. Clark Brewington a 3. That's going to miss off the back iron. And the rebound comes down to Robinson. Robinson hard in transition, slows it up. And here comes Colley. Hard drive, blocked by Antonov, but a foul. And that will send Colley back to the free throw line. And Nate Davis will get called for his second foul. So Colley, who is 1 for 1 after that last free throw, heads to the line and hits his first. 18 points for Devin Colley. He's having a wonderful game. Hits them both, and the Crusaders now down by 11. And the offense is not the problem, it's the defense, as they continue to give up basket after basket to this squad. Martinborough just dribbles it off his foot. Davis shot fake from long range. He had Kaufman wide open on the right block. Couldn't get it to him. Now they get it there. Kaufman with a little fadeaway. No good. Antonov tips it, and the rebound comes down on the floor. No foul. Bringing it up the floor and dropping it off is Kendrick Robinson. And now 2 players down on the floor as they do count the basket for the Peru State squad, as it's Kaufman on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout here on evangelathletics.com.
You want to make a difference to impact your community and the world. So don't just sit there. Do something about it. Take the next step at Evangel University. Whether in the classroom or serving in the local community, you'll grow in your calling while learning how to make a positive impact. Visit evangel.edu to see what opportunities are waiting for you. At Evangel, we're more than a university. We're a family. Apply now and start the journey to your calling today.
At the Assemblies of God Credit Union, we do things a little differently. Since 1951, we have been your home for banking, but we are so much more. Our faith is a driving force for all that we do.
They give 10% of their earnings annually to humanitarian needs, to scholarships, to ministries.
They treated us like we were family. I remember.
While we were away, Kaufman was able to get up and put a small amount of weight on his left ankle, which is the one that was bothering him, underneath. And again, stepping out of bounds, the Crusaders are just unable to control that baseline. Their inability to get to the basket has closed off all outside shooting as well. And 3 minutes into this second half, have seen a 7-point deficit grow even further. More drive and kick action. 3-pointer here, and it's good. Deontay McReynolds. He's got 9 on 3 of 4 from downtown. And if the Crusaders can't get anything going inside, they don't have a chance at getting anything going outside unless it's 3 or 4 steps beyond the arc. Foul against Noah Vasa. Picks up his 3rd. Just the first team foul against Peru State here in the second half. Get it into Pritchett, and now Martinborough. To Davis, off a screen for a 3. No good. Rebound, Antonov, able to get it. Kick it outside to Brewington. 1 dribble and back to Davis. 20 seconds fresh on the shot clock. Pritchett, hard drive. Layup, no. And Peru State with the rebound brings it back the other way. Hard pass into the middle and a travel against Peru State is Kendrick Robinson. Unable to get the ball on the floor. Crusaders in dire need of a basket. Trailing by 16. Davis left wide open from 3. Unable to hit. And the few threes that the Crusaders have been able to get open looks on, they have not been able to finish, as another turnover forced by Peru State. Or rather forced by Evangel, another turnover by Peru State. And here come the Crusaders. Defense has looked a little bit better on the last couple of possessions. And now a foul is going to be called. As they say, Nate Townsend invaded the space of Davis. For Townsend, it's his first. And Ike Egwu will come in for the Crusaders. Back into the game, Devin Colley. Crusaders get it into Davis, and now Martinborough. They've got to be able to find a way to start dominating inside. Martinborough, mid-range jumper from 2, and he hits. So Adriel Martinborough cuts it to 14, and now comes the point in the game where you need to get stops. This is a lengthy Peru State team with good ball handlers. Dish it outside. Colley. And now they move it around even more. Hard drive, kick it, and a steal from Martinborough, who's going to try and slow it down as he gets near the midcourt line. Pritchett gets it to Davis. 1 dribble, Drops it outside. Brewington for a three, left it short, and the rebound for Robinson. Crusaders haven't been able to get any second chance opportunities in this game, as they have been held to just 4 offensive rebounds and 11 total in the game. Hard drive, double clutch shot, not going to go, and Pritchett somehow doesn't travel when he comes down. That was impressive for Pritchett to put the ball on the floor to make sure he didn't get called for a travel. Davis with 17 on the shot clock. Gets inside, jump stop, fading away. No, Egwu the rebound, put back, good. And now we've got a timeout called by Peru State. Their lead has been cut to 12, and the Crusaders looking a little bit better here in the second half. We'll take a break with them. 59-57, number 25, Peru State leads Evangel on evangelathletics.com.
What the NAIA has figured out through all their character and leadership programs is let's develop these players as men and women of character, and by doing so, these players will ultimately reach their ceiling.
Today we're opening more than 150,000 locations called Domino's Hotspots. You can finally get Domino's delivered to every single one of them. Get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
Domino's Hotspots, delivery to Parks, Beach.
59-47, Peru State owns the advantage over the Crusaders as they're checking something at the scorer's table. Slight little dispute maybe from one of the Peru State assistant coaches. The good news for the Crusaders that I was able to see was that Cade Kaufman was able to stand under his own power over on the sideline. He did favor and lean pretty heavily on his right foot, as it appeared that the left ankle was the one that he came down and injured. And that's the ankle that he's got a small brace on anyway. And apparently whatever had been talked about at the scorer's table has been cleared up. It will be Peru State basketball with a 12-point lead. Robinson triggers it into Colley, and Colley will bring it up the floor. Simpson's back into the game. We haven't seen him a ton here in the second half. Colley and Kendrick Robinson have been the main sources of offense here in the second half. Drop it off outside for a deep three that hits nothing but a little bit of the backboard. The shot clock should not have reset, and it did. And so the shot clock should end up being down around 12 or 11 seconds. And they may end up having to review it to look at it, because that shot did not hit the rim. And we'll see what they tell them to reset it to. My guess would be around 12 or 11 seconds. Maybe not. Well, 7. Wow. I was way off. So 7 seconds on the shot clock as the ball did not hit the rim. And now another conversation between the referees. Seems as if recently we've had more conversations between the referees than we have actual gameplay. Nate Davis still trying to figure everything out. Now the referees go over and talk to Evangel's coaches. Now there seems to be a problem with the Evangel coaches in the scorer's table. And my goodness, what action they're having over at the scorer's table here in this second half. When we resume, presumably, if everything stays the same, there will only be 7 seconds on the shot clock. But the way this is going, who knows? Now there's only 5 seconds on the shot clock. So my initial guess of 11 or 12 seconds is now even more wrong. And Peru State has even less time to get a shot off. They're going to float it out deep. It's grabbed there with 4, with 3, with 2. Davis, great defense, and just a weird hunky-dory shot, and it banks in. Unbelievable. Nate Townsend with maybe the luckiest shot he will ever have in his life. All he was doing was trying to draw the foul and somehow picked up 2 points in the process. Now Townsend brings it up the floor after the errant pass. Robinson wanted it in the left corner. Now he'll take it on the handoff. Gets inside, floats it up, no good, and Egwu pulls down the rebound, allows it to be poked away by Robinson. Tough shot, no good, and a late foul called. And it looks like it'll go against Egwu, and it does. So Ike Egwu, first personal, and the third team foul against the Crusaders. Not so certain it wasn't the right call, just very late on the whistle. So it will be Nate Townsend Jr. to shoot a couple free throws. For Nate Townsend today, first free throws, and he misses the front end. Cade Kaufman, apparently the ankle's feeling good enough for him to come back in. As Robinson and Drew Switzer, who had come in for a small period, they both check out for Peru State. Back to a 15-point lead as the second free throw drops through for Nate Townsend. And Nate Davis for the Crusaders going to go to work. Offensive foul on an illegal screen by Brewington, his second. So Clark Brewington called for the offensive blocking foul. He gives the basketball back to Peru State. Aggressive defense by the Crusaders, driving in. Tons of contact. No foul on either side. The ball didn't hit the rim, though. And again, the shot clock reset, and now we're going to have another long conversation. And so again, the shot clock resets when it shouldn't have. And they're still trying to get it figured out. So they say 20 seconds is good. And that's how long Peru State's going to have. They just throw it off the back of the defender. He has his shot blocked. Now Pritchett tries to steal it away from Robinson. Robinson unable to get around him, and will kick it back outside. Only 10 seconds left on the shot clock as Colley has it with 7, with 6. Robinson going up against Pritchett. Hard move, lost it, and a foul is called. And I think they're going to get Martinborough on this one. And no, they're going to get Pritchett. So Pritchett for number 2. And now 5 team fouls on the Crusaders. And Kendrick Robinson hits the first. Both teams shooting 50% from the floor. The only problem is Peru State has shot the basketball 12 more times than the Crusaders have. Both free throws good for Robinson, upping the Bobcat lead to 17. Davis to Brewington. He's going to hand it off to Martinborough. Martinborough drives left. Tough shot in the lane, and he's fouled. And I think they're going to get Robinson for his third. No, they get Simpson. So Simpson picks up his second. Martinborough back to the line, knocks down the first free throw. Martinborough today now 2 of 3. Hits the back end, 3 out of 4, 75% from Edriel Martinborough. 15-point game. Crusaders not out of it, but it's going to take a strong defensive effort the rest of the way and the ability to manufacture some semblance of offense in order to come back. And now Martinborough gets charged with a foul. It's his third. Too aggressive and gets called for a foul underneath. I'll just throw it up top to Robinson, who's got a big size advantage on Davis. Hard drive and an offensive foul is going to go against Towson as he, in a sense, cleared out the defender that was trying to jump out and cover him in the corner. Townsend doesn't agree with it, nor do most players after they get called for a foul. Martinborough through the legs, stops, fades away, hits it. And Edriel Martinborough, he's now got 12. And another Crusader in double figures. Lead down to 13. And the Crusaders with their defensive stop would have a chance to get the lead down to 10. With 14 seconds, Peru State has not looked solid on this offensive possession. Drive and kick, shot fade from outside. Hard two, goes off the backboard, no good, and Martinborough pulls down the rebound, and he traveled. Coming down, no whistle. Boy, he stumbled when he caught that one. Deep three here from Pritchett. Off the back of the iron, no good, and Kaufman on a bad ankle. I don't think he was able to get the jump he wanted to try and go grab the offensive board. So Peru State back with the basketball. Robinson against Pritchett. Pritchett, good defense, tough pass. And I'm going to guess Tanksley wanted to pull that shot. Underneath, wide open, the layup from Simpson. So Isaac Simpson left wide open underneath, and he finishes easily. Kaufman to Martinborough, who's been the Crusaders' offensive weapon as he drives in, draws the foul, and he'll head to the free throw line. Martinborough forcing the issue, draws foul number 3 against Kendrick Robinson. And if the Crusaders can get Robinson in more foul trouble, that would bode well for them heading down the stretch. Martinborough off to the right on the first free throw. Again, the Crusaders in this game struggling a little bit from the free throw line. 9 of 13. Martinborough misses them both. Rebound by Antonov on the offensive glass. Able to pull it down, kick it out. Pritchett fakes a deep three, nearly traveled with it underneath and kicks it outside. So Nate Davis will set it up, pull a deep three, miss it, rebound, comes down, and grabbed in by Tanksley before giving it up to Colley. 15-point lead for Peru State. Colley has it knocked away. Pritchett gives it up to Kaufman. Down the lane, goes up to dunk it, has it get blocked out of the air by Tanksley. And that will be a media timeout with the Peru State Bobcats leading by a score of 66-51. It will be Crusader basketball when we come back on evangelathletics.com.
You want to make a difference to impact your community and the world. So don't just sit there. Do something about it. Take the next step at Evangel University. Whether in the classroom or serving in the local community, you'll grow in your calling while learning how to make a positive impact. Visit evangel.edu to see what opportunities are waiting for you. At Evangel, we're more than a university. We're a family. Apply now and start the journey to your calling today.
At the Assemblies of God Credit Union, we do things a little differently. Since 1951, we have been your home for banking, but we are so much more. Our faith is a driving force for all that we do.
They give 10% of their earnings annually to humanitarian needs, to scholarships, to ministries.
They treated us like we were family. I remember emailing our loan officer at like 10 o'clock at night, and he responded within 15 minutes.
Visit our website today to learn how membership changes the world.
The number 25 Peru State Bobcats have a 15-point lead over the Evangel University Crusaders, 66-51. As we play with 9:35 to go in the second half. Crusaders will have the basketball after a three-point shot attempt was blocked. Davis has to just hurry up and get it in. Martinborough to Kaufman. And now Pritchett, who's gotten plenty of playing time this afternoon. Martinborough, wide open from deep, nails it. And Edriel Martinborough has proved that as of now, he is the best offensive option the Crusaders have got. First three of the game, to a 12-point game as Colley spins in the lane, kicks it into the corner, swinging it around the outside, stop and kick. Kendrick Robinson puts it up, but he traveled. And so they give the ball back to the Crusaders, who could cut it to single digits on this possession. But the biggest thing is they got to score points. Here's Kaufman to Martinborough. Robinson not going to give him a wide open three again. They drop it inside to Antonov. Takes a couple of hard dribbles. Spins the big man with a left hand hook. No good. Too strong off the glass. And Colley up the floor for Peru State. Three-pointer here. And another one from Deontay McReynolds. He's got 4 three-pointers today off the bench for Peru State. Bounce pass here to Antonov, and he's fouled going up for the dunk. Beautiful feed from Nate Davis. And Pav's going to shoot a couple of free throws. 6'7" center from Vrasa, Bulgaria. A little long on his first free throw attempt. The difference in this game has been rebounding. 31-17. Peru State destroying the Crusaders in that regard. Pavit's 1 of 2. It's a 14-point lead now for Peru State, who aren't out of the woods yet, but the way they're playing, it's going to be difficult for Evangel to climb back into this one unless they hit an extremely hot streak, both offensively and defensively. Driving hard, kicking it out into the corner. Shot fake from 3, and now with 7 seconds. High pass. Recovered there by Townsend. He tries to shoot it over Antonov, but it was tipped and Kaufman gets it. Nearly lost by Martinborough, but he still comes away with it. Gives it up. Nate Davis, shot fake from 3. Now they'll give it up. Swing it around. Martinborough 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound. Kaufman able to grab it and save it. Davis, draw or dribble. Inside, left hand layup. No, rebound Kaufman, yes! And the Crusaders, exactly what they needed. A big offensive possession where they're able to come away with rebounds offensively, and it looks like Simpson, in all the raucous tussle, might have taken a shot to the face. Kaufman's first points of the day for the sophomore from Mountain Grove. Simpson, okay to still play as Pav pulls down a steal, takes it the other way, lays it up, yes, and Pavel Antonov cuts it to 10 with a steal and a driving layup, and the big man can do it all. Crusaders have cut it to 10 with 7 minutes to go. Kendrick Robinson looking for somewhere to go with it. That pass was tipped, just 10 on the shot clock. As Colley going to drive on Antonov, has it tipped away by Davis, who grabs it and calls timeout. And the Crusaders, with 6:49 to go, have hit a hot streak on both offense and defense and have cut the lead to 10. Timeout, Crusaders. It'll be a 60-second timeout, and we will join them as they only trail the number 25 Peru State Bobcats by 10 here on EvangelAthletics.com.
Joe just deposited a check. Now he's moving money. Checking his spending and paying some bills. Because Joe has technology. And that, my friends, is why Joe is awesome. Technology, only at Central Bank.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
Back at the Ashcroft Center, where the Evangel Crusaders are making a game of this one as Peru State leads by 10. But the Crusaders in the midst of a little 5-0 mini run. And with the basketball, Nate Davis tries to get around Colley, can't quite do so. Inside, Antonov, and he dunks it home! And the Crusaders only trail by 8 with the thunderous jam from the Bulgarian. And the fans now on their feet as Colley gives it up to Robinson. Crossover dribble with 9 seconds, with 8. Throws it nearly too far. Deep three has to be pulled, and it banks in. What do you know? Henry Tanksley. It's a lucky bounce. And the Crusaders now will take off. That's the second desperation heave that has gone in. And now a foul is going to be called against Devin Colley. That's his second. And that is team foul number 7. So Nate Davis will shoot 1 and 1. And this is big. The Crusaders need to have these points from the free throw line. So Nate Davis to the line, shooting the bonus. And the front end bounces around the rim and drops through. All the excitement and the tensity of college basketball. Davis hits them both. Brings it back to a single-digit lead for Peru State. Pritchett, who's done a fair job of D'ing up Robinson today on a fadeaway. I think he got a piece of it. And the rebound for Martinborough. Gives it up. They dump it off to Davis. Hard drive along the baseline. Gives it off. Martinborough. Deep three. Davis. In and out, no good. Kaufman tries to tip it in, no. The rebound, and somehow Robinson able to get rid of it. Davis plays good defense, and I don't know what Deontay McReynolds thought he saw, but that was the most out-of-control drive we've seen today. Martinborough to Pritchett. Inside to Pav Antonov. Antonov outside. Pritchett lost it, and with 10 seconds to go, Davis will reset. Nate Davis sees a lane, drives it, and a blocking foul. Or not. No, it is an offensive foul against Nate Davis. It's his third. So Townsend will come back into the game. And Colley will bring it up the floor. 9-point lead, Peru State. Evangel's had a couple opportunities to cut into the lead even further. Outside with it, and now they throw it down low. Martinborough, good defense. The foul, and the basket will count. Strong finish. And the foul against Martinborough, his fourth. So Martinborough picks up his fourth foul. The basket good for Henry Tanksley. And Tanksley will head back to the line and makes the free throw and converts the old-fashioned three-point play. Back to a 12-point lead. Clark Brewington back into the game. We haven't seen much of him as Cade Kaufman gets the ball on the left block, and he finishes through a foul. This foul goes against Tanksley. That's his fourth. And Cade Kaufman will head back to the free throw line, where he sunk 2 of 3 earlier. Misses this free throw. Rebound. Brewington unable to tip it back in. So back to a 10-point lead. And now Colley, who's been held silent for quite a while. Robinson. Offensive foul! And that's the fourth on Kendrick Robinson. So the offensive foul now gives the Crusaders the basketball, and they will be in double bonus the rest of the way. Davis sees the lane, up with the left hand, no, but a foul, and I believe it's going to go against Colley. Devin Colley picks up his third, and Nate Davis will head to the line to shoot 2 shots. And he misses the free throw, the first one. Simpson comes back in favor of Noah Vasa. Second free throw is good, and Davis with 1 of 2 brings it back to a 9-point lead as we hit the 4-minute mark here in Springfield. That was a travel, no call. Spinning with it underneath. Tough shot, no. Rebound tipped, and Martinborough has it. He'll bring it up the floor. Give it up to Kaufman. Fakes the 3. Into the corner. Brewington, yes! It's a 6-point game as Clark buries his 5th triple of the night. And the defense again needs to hold strong. Colley gives it up on the left side. Townsend with 10 on the shot clock. Putting up a 3 is Colley. No good. And the rebound to Kaufman, who might have gotten bumped. And now up ahead. The Crusaders can cut it to 1 possession. Martinborough. Hard dribble to the right. Right hand layup. No. And a defensive rebound comes down to Tanksley. 3 minutes to go, and a timeout called by Peru State. The damage has been done by the Crusaders. They're only down by 6. It's a 60-second timeout, and we will join them with 2:55 to go. Peru State 75, Evangel 69 on evangelathletics.com.
Joe just deposited a check. Now he's moving money. Checking his spending and paying some bills. Because Joe has technology, and that, my friends, is why Joe is awesome. Technology, only at Central Bank.
Domino's delivery drivers are experts at handling bad roads. But those roads shouldn't ruin your pizza when you carry out. So we're doing something about them, starting with this one. If your drive home is rough on pizza, tell us at pavingforpizza.com so we can fix roads across the country. Then carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each.
Welcome back to Evangel University basketball on evangelathletics.com. The Crusaders with a 6-point lead. Peru State with a basketball. 25 seconds on the shot clock and 2:55 remaining in regulation. Both these teams 1-1 in conference play. Kendrick Robinson, 4 fouls and on the floor here in the late stages of this game. Colley and them are going to try and slow it down. Inside, the shot is partially blocked, but a foul is going to be called on the way up. Foul goes against Nate Davis, and that, I believe, is number 4 on Davis. So 4 on Davis and 4 on Martinborough. The two main ball handlers for the Crusaders as Isaac Simpson hits the front end of his 2 foul shots. Crusaders got to have this rebound on a missed shot. It goes in, though. So an 8-point game. Davis lets it bounce before picking it up. Crusaders don't have to hurry. They can still look for a good shot. Brewington to Pritchett. Kaufman wanted it. Bounce pass. Tried to feed it underneath. And Henry Tanksley should have had the steal, but lost it out of bounds. With 18 seconds, Evangel has the ball. They're going to get it in to Brewington for a 3. Air ball. And the rebound comes down to Kendrick Robinson. He was a little off balance when he let that shot go. And now once again, Peru State going to slow it down. Colley kicks it out. They're going to move it around with 9 on the shot clock. With 8, with 7, with 6. Robinson drives, nearly lost it with 3. Colley puts it up and airmails it, and it's a shot clock violation. Basketball to the Crusaders. So even though it runs 30 seconds off the clock, the Crusaders get it back without any points. And here comes Evangel, down by 8 points. An opportunity here to cut into the lead. Outside Martinborough. Looking. Dribble drive to the left. Gets it up and in. And the strength from Martinborough. And now a timeout called with the Crusaders only trailing by 6. A 60-second timeout. We will join them. It's 71-77. It's close here on evangelathletics.com.
What the NAIA has figured out through all their character and leadership programs is let's develop these players as men and women of character, and by doing so, these players will ultimately reach their ceiling.
Today we're opening more than 150,000 locations called Domino's Hotspots. You can finally get Domino's delivered to every single one of them. Get 2 medium 2-topping pizzas delivered for $5.99 each.
Domino's Hotspots. Delivery to parks.
A huge win on the table for the Crusaders if they can come back here on Peru State. They've trailed by as many as 17 and have cut it to 6. The Crusaders with a big defensive possession upcoming. With a minute and a half to go, you don't have to foul now. It will be double bonus the rest of the way for both teams. Hard dribble drive. Kick it outside. Colley was wide open. Davis played for the steal. This shot, good, and a foul. Late contact, and Townsend drills the jumper. Foul is on Josh Pritchett. And boy, that could be a killer for the Crusaders. The third for Pritchett. And the free throw is good. So we're going to have a stoppage while they head out to wipe up the floor. Martinborough touches it and brings it up the floor. Adriel Martinborough lost it and gives it away to Kendrick Robinson. Up ahead, Colley, left-hand layup is good. And just like that, a 5-point swing as the Crusaders down 11. Nate Davis, hard drive into the lane. Fouled and he made the shot! And Nate Davis keeps the Crusaders' hopes alive. The foul is on Devin Colley, his fourth. And Evangel going to bring Bowers into the game for Martinborough because he has 4 fouls. So Martinborough with 4 fouls. Davis with 4 fouls. If Davis hits the free throw, he'll be coming out in favor of Madison Davis. He hits the free throw, so Madison Davis will check in. 8-point lead for Peru State. And now the question is, who does Peru State want shooting? I would assume it's Madison Davis or Townsend. They flip it into Townsend, and they're going to call a foul on Davis before the ball goes in bounds. Not terrible for the Crusaders because you were going to foul anyway, and no time runs off the clock. So as long as you don't get called for an intentional foul there, somewhat best case scenario. 2 free throws coming up for Nate Townsend, and he makes the first one. So 3-possession game currently. The next free throw could make it 4. Townsend, great free throw shooter, hits them both though. Here comes Davis. Quickly up the floor. Give it up to Brewington. Puts up a 3. Yes, and Clark hits the triple. Timeout Crusaders. And the lead is 7. And even though Peru State is in control, they're not out of the woods yet because of the way the Crusaders can shoot the ball from downtown. Ike Egwu's going to check back in, and I would assume he's checking in to guard the trigger man and give them a 6-6 frame to try and throw it through. Crusaders down by 7. And from what we've seen from Peru State today, you don't want to count on them missing free throws. As Egwu is going to guard the trigger man, which is Henry Tanksley. They want to get it to Colley. They throw it in, and Colley is fouled. 51 seconds to go. Colley, who hasn't missed from the free throw line today. Perfect 5 of 5. So Colley will shoot the double bonus in an attempt to bring the lead back to 9. Colley's first free throw, no good. Colley now 5 of 6. And now trying to bring it to an 8-point lead. Second free throw, makes that one. And so the clock stopped at 51 for the Crusaders. Davis, fake the pull-up, gives it to Kaufman for a 3. No good. Offensive rebound attempted by Martinborough, and he was fouled, and that's going to be the 5th on Kendrick Robinson. Or no, they call it on Townsend, and so that's his third. I thought they were going to get Robinson for it. But Townsend's the one who gets called for the foul. And so Martinborough, with some big free throws of his own, left it way short. So Egwu will check in for Brewington and Davis. Bowers is set to check in for Martinborough in the event that he makes the free throw, which he does not. Offensive rebound unable to be grabbed, and Martinborough is going to foul out of the game as he wraps up Townsend. 41 and a half seconds to go. And so for Martinborough, his fifth personal, and he's going to foul out of this game after a terrific performance. It will send Townsend to the line to shoot double bonus. He has not missed today, going 6 for 6. So Clark Brewington will come in for Martinborough. And Nate Townsend misses the front end. And so Peru State not doing themselves any favors with these missed free throws. 85-77. Peru State with the lead. And Townsend makes the second, but still only a 3-possession game as they get it into Davis with 40 seconds to go. Pritchett going to drive to his right, wide open lane, makes the layup. They throw it in, and they're going to foul Townsend again. Does Pritchett. 7-point lead. And Townsend can negate that last basket from Josh Pritchett if he knocks down a pair from the line. Free throw is up and no good. And Townsend, the junior guard from Richton Park, Illinois, misses a pair. And the rebound to Kaufman. It's a 7-point game. Drop it off to Pritchett. They've got to go quickly. Pritchett, Davis, shot fake, step back, puts up a three. No good. Defensive rebound, and that one should do it. As a foul for Henry Tanksley will send him to the line. Foul goes against Kaufman, his third. And the Crusaders, a little bit of excitement there, but just unable to get open for a shot. And with it still being a 3-possession game, he misses the first free throw to Tanksley. And I guess with another miss, not quite out of it, but at the same time, comeback highly unlikely, and it's almost better off if he makes it because now you get a fresh throw in, and they turn it over on the inbounds pass. Colley's going to get fouled, and that should do it. As Colley baited him into making the pass, baited Davis into letting it bounce, and the Crusaders with a turnover will give it back to Colley to shoot 2 free throws and effectively end this ball game. Colley knocks down the first, and after a hot start for Devin Colley, struggled down the stretch. He misses that free throw. Rebound to Davis. 9-point game for Evangel. Davis, Brewington for a 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Nate Davis. He will score it with 5.2 to go. A 7-point game and a timeout here for the Crusaders. And even though a comeback is in the very lowest percentile of probability, with this game effectively over, Crusaders still have a great showing tonight against the number 25 team in the nation to come out and probably lose by 7, maybe a little bit more, maybe 9. But still, a terrific game by the Crusaders. They gave it a run down the stretch, but in the end, it was yet again the defense that gave them fits and the inability to get stops when it was absolutely necessary earlier in the game, and got to the place where later on in the game they were struggling to keep points off the board. And even when they would get the stops, they had dug themselves just a little too deep of a hole. 7-point game. They get it into Robinson, and Robinson will dribble out the clock, and the Peru State Bobcats come into the Ashcroft Center and survive a scare from the Crusaders. They win it by 7 after the Crusaders cut it from a 17-point lead all the way down to 6 at one point, but just unable to get that final surge to get them back on even terms. We'll be back with some end-of-game stats and wrap this one up as the Crusaders fall 88-81. Back with the final recap on evangelathletics.com.
You want to make a difference to impact your community and the world. So don't just sit there. Do something about it. Take the next step at Evangel University. Whether in the classroom or serving in the local community, you'll grow in your calling while learning how to make a positive impact. Visit evangel.edu to see what opportunities are waiting for you. At Evangel, we're more than a university. We're a family. Apply now and start the journey to your calling today.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little...
Well, it truly was survival for Peru State as they survive 88-81 over the Evangel University Crusaders. And they played a terrific game, especially in that second half. They finished the day shooting 49% from the field. The Evangel shot 50% from the field as both teams knocked down 29 field goals. And the three-point percentage fairly even as well between the two sides. But in the end, Evangel again defensively just unable to come through with a complete wire-to-wire finish. The first 10 minutes they played well, and about the last 7 to 8 minutes they played really good defense. But in the end, just not strong enough, as 18 out of 20 is not really ever going to get it done, especially against the number 25 team in the country. Final scoring stats for the game for the Crusaders. They were led, I believe, by Clark Brewington, as he was just on fire from downtown today. Scoring leaders, it was Brewington with 20 and Colley with 24 for the visitors. 12 rebounds for Robinson, only 5 for Cade Kaufman. He was the leading rebounder as the Crusaders got out-rebounded badly, 37-29. And the assist leaders, Robinson also had 5 assists, and Nate Davis was able to dish out 7 assists for the Crusaders. Well, the Crusaders will look ahead to their next matchup, and they will be squaring off against the Central Methodist University Eagles. They will be up in northern Missouri for that game. That will be a 7:30 p.m. tip-off on Tuesday after the women's game. They will be going up against Central Methodist, who is 2-0 in the Heart of America Conference, 3-4 overall, as they've already played 7 games thus far this season. Evangel drops to 1-2 in the conference, as they will fall back a little bit further, as they will take on the number 20 team in the nation as they go through the gauntlet that is the Heart of America Conference, with 4 teams ranked in the top 25: Central Methodist, William Penn, Peru State, which they just played today, as well as Benedictine. That will do it for tonight's game. Again, the Crusaders fall to the number 25 team in the nation, the Peru State Bobcats, by a score of 88-81. For our producers this afternoon, Nathan Griffey and Ethan Swick, my name is Colin Hill, saying so long for just a while from Evangel University here on evangelathletics.com.